Welcome back to this section, which is the final section on the third circle. In this section, we're going to do some Bokhara couching. Couching is where you lay a thread down and then put a little stitch over it to secure it in place. With the Bokhara couching, it makes a little pattern because you're going to do the couching stitches in a diagonal line, and these lines here indicate where the stitch is going to go. So I've drawn a little basket shape on the wheel here, and if you draw one, make sure that you have the bottom a little bit flat, so you don't want it too circular, as it makes it too difficult to start if you haven't done this before. And I've left some space here because later on we're going to do some flowers in the basket in a different stitch. So if you're right-handed, come up to the left at the bottom and take your thread all the way across the bottom of the basket. And then come up just below that bottom edge and take a little stitch in the direction of this line, so just to secure that thread there. And then take another one along the next line. And I'm right at the end here, so I'm going to come up again on the left, right next to that thread, and lay another line of thread. And now I'm going to come up in between those two threads and take a diagonal couching stitch along the direction of that line. And my next one, I can just about get another one in. You could draw more lines on your basket shape if you wish. So let's go right to the end here now and lay another line. And come up below it and secure it down in a diagonal direction, the same direction as your blue lines. And then the next one. So you're going all the way across your basket shape and then coming up in between the threads there to take your stitch on the blue line. This wants to be a very small stitch. And eventually these little stitches are going to show up to make this diagonal pattern. So my next one, just lay your thread across. You don't want to see any gaps, so make sure you lay it next to. If you're left-handed, you'll simply go the other way, so you'll start in the other direction. Not quite reached that line yet, so let's just lay another one across. That's it, and then you can start to see this diagonal line emerging. I'm now going to start my third line here, right at the end. And we're going to continue that until the basket shape is full. My basket is now complete, and you can see the little stitches that run across diagonally. We're going to fill the basket with flowers in oyster stitch, but we're going to do that later on because we need to have done chain stitch first. So we'll come back to this part of the wheel later on. Something to look forward to. I thought I'd put in a personal appearance to celebrate your completion of the third ring of the wheel. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Do let me know which have been your favourite stitches so far. Just drop a comment in the box below. We're going to move on to the final circle, which is going to be a collection of stitches that can be used for edges and borders and lines, basically, outlines. So I'll have a think about what stitches to do first, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Well done so far.